Hey guys, this is Candle, and welcome back to Assassin's Creed Syndicate, where we will be taking on the last two, the last two dreadful crimes. Now, the next one, the only one currently available to us, is over this way. Somewhere over in Westminster is where we must go. I wonder what famous story this one's going to rip off, because a lot of the past ones, I think, ripped off famous stories, or at least a couple of them did. I mean, one of them ripped off the story of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and the other one ripped off the Demon Barber of Fleet Street, aka Sweeney Todd, which was not always a musical, but nowadays it's most well known as a musical, starring Johnny Depp, Helena Bonham Carter, Alan Rickman, and a few other people as well. Most of whom I don't really remember. There was, I want to say the guy who played the rat in Harry Potter was also in there, but I can't quite remember. Either way, we are waiting for the game to load. And waiting, and waiting, and waiting some more. And it's almost there. There we go. All right. There are two dreadful crimes in this district. Apparently, one of them is the one we're going after next. It's the only one currently available to us. The last one is still locked for right now. The very last dreadful crime is locked until after we complete this one. Yes, and then we will be finished with the PlayStation exclusive missions, the PlayStation exclusive DLC. Here we go. Oh, it's Dickens. Solve the murder of spiritualist Thaddeus the Amazing. Conjuring up a killing. And it's with Dickens, which is strange. Why is it with Dickens and not Hammond or whatever his name was? The Raymond. Raymond, I think that's what his name was. The guy and the kid.
My dear friend, the Ghost Club has an extraordinary case for you. Spiritualist Thaddeus the Amazing has predicted his own death at his next seance. Could you have a look?
Well, that's not so hard to do if you're going to commit suicide. It's very easy to predict your own death. In order to follow through, all you have to do is kill yourself. Seriously. It's really not that hard. But either way, let's go take a look. He says he has foretold his own death. We want, yeah, in here.
We have a visitor.
What is happening here? Not yet. Someone, light the lamps.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's dead. Now the question is, did he kill himself, or did somebody murder him? See, I'm thinking maybe he killed himself. That makes the most sense to me so far. But we have... his hair and clothing have been lightly scorched from the explosion. A bloody knife is stuck in his torso. Okay. Clues found. Let's find some clues. I'm not seeing... ah, there we go. That's probably the knife. There we go. Rudimentary timer with charred remains of a fuse attached. Fuse leads to an empty plaster cylinder. Apparently the container of non-lethal amount of gunpowder produced the recent flash of light. Yes. And what else are we looking for? There should be more clues. A whole bunch of people to talk to, but more clues. There's also apparently a chest in this house as well. Somewhere around here. There it is. We'll go ahead and grab that real quick. Okay, we've got more clues to find. Right there is something underneath the bed. An old note, weathered, probably written weeks ago. I found a tramp who lives on the street near one of the pigeons. The fellow smokes like a chimney, and for the price of a few cigarettes, he supplies me with all the information we need. In other words, like most psychics, this guy is probably a charlatan. Okay, what do we have here? We have client list, a list of Thaddeus's clients' addresses. There are also two columns for each client. Both columns indicate significant amounts of money per seance. The first column appears to refer directly to the client. It isn't clear to whom the second column refers. However, Dr. Wilburn is missing from the list, so it's likely him. Okay, and we've got more investigation zones, their own homes. Let's see. Over here we have another note, it looks like. Receipt. Theatrical supply. Flash pot. 8 shillings. So that's where that came from. Okay. We have over here, we have legal papers. Unsigned paper which would enable Thaddeus Smith to act as Howard Roberts' legal representative.
Ask about this.
Yes, we should. But there's one other piece of small scrap of paper here. One last clue. For the love of God, get his signature at the next session, or I swear I'll expose you. A.R. Okay. So let's go start talking to people then. Let's learn a little bit about everything. This is Douglas.
Nothing but a showman, really. Each week he gave a seance with all his clients present together. So many people makes everything much more dramatic. I attend Lady Ursula at these sessions. She's ailing and needs someone to help her along. I have no particular belief in an afterworld, but if it comforts Milady, I see no harm.
Okay. And how about these other people? We have Lady Ursula.
I sought him out after the death of Mittens.
Your cat? Seriously?
I was so hoping to hear from my loved one. I'm convinced Thaddeus could have communicated Mittens' wishes to me. I must know to whom Mittens wishes that I should leave my fortune. And now Thaddeus is lost to us.
Seriously?
I shall never know.
What do you expect him to say when he's contacting a cat? Meow?
Mittens is my beloved kitty cat. She was run over by a milk wagon several weeks ago. I've been trying desperately to contact my sweet thing ever since. I'm not well, though, and likely haven't long to live myself.
Taking advantage of poor people. Well, rich people, but that's beside the point.
This is so frustrating. I had a simple question, but have had to come back for seance after seance, week after week. Each time Thaddeus divined a partial number from the other side, but never the entire correct number. Today he promised that I would get everything. Thaddeus felt that if I signed some papers, it would demonstrate to my dead father that I had absolute trust in Thaddeus.
Okay. And how about this guy?
He was an incredible psychic. I came to clarify some personal financial matters. I don't understand what happened. He foretold his own death, but I didn't expect it to happen like this.
No, were you planning to kill him yourself? Oops, did not mean to do that. Yeah, were you perhaps planning to kill him yourself? I don't know. What about you, Janice?
I'm so sorry to lose Thaddeus. The oddest part is that he claimed all would be revealed to each of us before his death. I have no doubt that his powers were genuine. He was able to tell me of my daily comings and goings, and all manner of details that he couldn't possibly have known. He certainly was going to be able to put me in contact with my sister.
Are you sure? Whoops. Are you sure about that?
I've been coming here to decide whether I should accept a marriage proposal. Thaddeus had been attempting to contact my departed sister so that she could give me advice. Thaddeus was a kind man who sincerely wanted me to make the best choice. Now what am I to do?
Think for yourself, maybe? I don't know. Okay, we've got several different places to go to here. Lady Ursula's house, Asquith's house, Robert's house. Those are the only ones currently available to us. And I don't think they're the last ones. I think we'll probably tackle them in left to right order. So Robert's house first. Unfortunately, I don't know how far away they all are. This doesn't really tell me. I might be able to look at the map, but I mean, it's already popping up, so it's not terribly far. And there's somebody to talk to here as well. And I assume some clues. Yes, there are clues. There's one of them right over here. Okay, we've got Sydney newspaper clipping. Dated over a year ago. Mysterious death in King Street. Spiritualist who went by the name of Felix Magnus claimed that he would die at his next seance, but the outcome held even more drama. Mr. Magnus demonstrated to several clients that their closest friends and relations were swindling them via Magnus himself. Before a burst of smoke and flame ended the seance abruptly, Magnus was declared dead by a certain Dr. Folsom who was attending as a client. So, this guy is in fact a charlatan. He's done this before, and he's revealed himself before. And I'm guessing the doctor was none too keen on it happening again. Being made a fool. There we go. What do we have here? Note added to his father's will. A note pending to the father's will specifying that the bulk of my fortune is safely secured in an account, the particulars of which will be communicated by word of mouth to my son. Okay, so he's trying to figure out what happened, or trying to get the account number for his father's account number. Several scrawled notes. Bentland Bank A7 crossed out. Bank of Kent 270, York Bank, A72, all crossed out. So none of it was correct. Okay, and that was the last clue here. So let's talk to the lady downstairs before we head on to the next place.
My brother has become obsessed with some secret bank account. He inherited almost all of my father's fortune, as well he should as the male heir. But some was locked in a secret account. I think it unlikely that it should be a significant amount. I went along to the seances a couple of times. I thought it was a waste of my brother's time. Power of attorney to a psychic? That sounds very unusual indeed.
I agree. Okay. So that's everything here. On to the next one, which is probably Asquith's house. That is a mouthful. Yeah, Asquith. That just sounds so wrong. Asquith? Asquith's. Yeah, it's that S on the end that's really screwing me over. But yeah, Asquith's house is where we're going next. It's not too far away, I don't think, but there is an illustration up here we're going to grab first. There we go. There we go. Now there are only 2 illustrations left in Westminster. And we have to go around, around here? Ooh, before I do that, I want to go in here first because there is a beer bottle. There we go. That has all the beer bottles in Westminster, which is awesome. Ow! What the hell, man? What the hell was that for? Anyways, Asquith's house is here. There are 4 clues, one of which is right here. There's a letter in one of the pockets. Boyd, dear lad, if you don't get me the money by the end of the month, you'll be in a heap of trouble, the kind of trouble that hurts. Need I say more? Okay. So what is upstairs? Besides somebody else to talk to, are there any clues here? There we go. Business letter. Mr. Everett Boyd's business plans appear to be sound. As long as he has no other pressing obligations, I believe that, if your daughter accepts his proposal, the money you settle on the happy couple would mean the success of Mr. Boyd's venture and your daughter Janice would live a comfortable life.
I should ask more questions.
Yes, I will, once I have found the rest of the clues in the area. Speaking of which, there's one under the bed here. I have some affection for Everett, but I don't think my sister would approve of him. She always bade me to strive for more than that which merely appears directly in front of my nose. If only Father weren't urging me otherwise. Okay. There should be one more clue around here somewhere. The question is, where is it? Don't know. I'm not seeing any clues up here. And I'm not seeing any clues here as well. Wait. No, that's just a reflection. A reflection of the light. Okay, which means it's not down here either. Seriously? We're missing a clue here somewhere.
Her father mentioned this swindler to me. I understand it's because of him that my engagement has been delayed. I know the owner of a local brewery, and I'm convinced his business will flourish. He just needs some financial backing. Now...
Okay. Didn't mean to quit out of that so quickly. I didn't realize he was still talking, but either way, it's enough to get an idea of him.
Never trust a man who tells you what you want to hear. He's after something. Taking advantage of my daughter's love for her departed sister. With that Charlatan gone, things can get back to normal. My daughter's engagement to Everett Boyd can be announced at last. Janice's elder sister was strong-willed. Janice always followed her lead. That's why it's so sad that she asked her advice, even in death. Time for Janice to think for herself. I know what's best for her. A girl Janice's age should be married. Everett is a very sensible young man from a good family. He'll be very successful, I'm sure of it.
Okay. Now, where the hell is that last clue? We're missing a clue here somewhere. I just don't know where. I don't think it's outside here. I don't know, maybe it is. There we go. I'm supposedly, well, I was supposedly still in the area, but it's like I'm not seeing a clue anywhere. Can head through the window. I'm missing a clue. I don't know where it is. I'm not seeing a shine of gold from anything. Ah, wait, outside. Okay, it is out here. It's in the alleyway. We've got cigarette butts. A pile of stubbed out cigarette butts, likely left by a vagrant. One can still smell tobacco smoke, i.e. the way that what's-his-name always got all of his information. Now, apparently there is something else I can talk to Mr. Everett about.
Janice is a lovely creature. I would be honored were she to accept my proposal. I do adore her.
Are you sure you do? Are you sure you don't just lust after her? Well, either way, we're on to Lady Ursula's house. Yes, the final place that we know of. Somewhere over here. This way. Yeah. Yeah, Lady Ursula's house. I wonder, what are we going to find in here? Any more clues? Obviously, at least one person to talk to. Yeah, one person to talk to, and 3 clues, apparently. Now, there's something. Boston newspaper clipping. Dated 7 months ago. Medium foretells his own death. In a stunning, dramatic final seance, psychic Roberto El Magnifico revealed that several clients were being traduced by their loved ones who had paid him to give information at his false seances. But then, just as predicted, he was killed in a mysterious explosion during his final seance on Newbury Street. One of his clients, a Dr. Pittenweem, pronounced him dead at the scene. The phrases "traduced by their loved ones" and "mysterious explosion" are circled in pencil. So basically someone trying to connect the dots and figure out whether or not this guy is the same one. And I believe he is. Now the last clues have to be up here, right? Well, at least one of them is. Yeah, right there. Okay, this is Lady Ursula's will. To Miriam, my maid, and to Douglas, my butler, I leave my Belchingham china in thanks for their long service, to be given on their wedding day, whenever that day shall be. I leave my dear cat Mittens, all my remaining worldly goods, in the hope that they bring him even a small portion of the joy he has brought me. In anguished handwriting in the margin is scrawled, "Whatever will I do now that my dear Mittens is no more?" How about give everything to your butler and your maid, like would have been more sensible? Seriously. That would have been a lot more sensible. So anyways, there should be one more clue somewhere in here. Ah, there it is. Second floor here, under the bed. Letter. I found another newspaper article similar to the one I gave you. This one is from Sydney. It appears we will be exposed at the next seance, just as those people were. Douglas, you got me into this. You better solve it. Okay. Well then. That is a little surprising. Why is there a bed just kind of in the open? It's like, how is this a bedroom? But whatever. Makes no sense to me, but what should I know of Victorian architecture of the era and so on.
Lady Ursula's health is not good at all. And now she's lost her cat, it's almost like she has nothing left to live for. Lady Ursula was planning to leave her fortune to her cat Mittens. Since the cat passed on, she's been going to that spiritualist in hopes that Mittens will tell her what to do with the money.
Well, why would it have been allowed for everything to go to the cat anyways? Can cats own stuff?
He's been Lady Ursula's butler for years. We have plans to marry. But first, Douglas needs to put together a little nest egg. He says he'll have some money soon.
Uh-huh. Okay, I think I have an idea of what's going on now. So let's head back to the psychic's house. I don't know whether or not we have everything we need in order to accuse someone yet, but I'm thinking let's go back to the psychic's house. We have a whole bunch more information now. We should have more stuff to talk about with those people. And they should be somewhere over this way. Heading off to the psychic's house. Yes. Why does everything have to be so far away? I don't know. It's taking us a while to get there. I mean, we're already like 20 minutes into this video. I just see that now. We're already almost 20 minutes into this video. And we've only been doing this one mission. It's taking way too long. And it's not showing me anybody else I can talk to. Great. So, ooh, I didn't want the shop here. I wanted the psychic's house. There we go. Does it give me the option? No, it doesn't give me the option to actually accuse anybody. So what am I missing? I've got to be missing something. I haven't unlocked all places to investigate yet. Unfortunately. I don't think, I guess. Okay. I was at Lady Ursula's. I was at the psychic house. Nothing to talk about there. Is there anything still at Robert's house? Like, are there new topics of conversation there? Or am I just completely missing something again? Because it's not pointing us in the right direction to find the next investigation zone. Usually once you unlock all the investigation zones, that's when it tells you that you can start stuff. But I have not found another investigation zone. I don't know where it is. I'm just kind of going in circles trying to figure out where I'm supposed to go next. Now, obviously, I would think that we should have to talk to the vagrant who's been supplying the psychic with information, but the problem is I have no idea where he is or how to find him. I mean, there were, what, cigarette butts outside the Asquith home or whatever it is. I still think that's, like, stupid and confusing how to say that. But I don't know how to track him down. Yeah, tobacco scent. Okay, we follow the tobacco scent. How we can follow a scent, I don't know, but we can follow the butts. There we go. Just keep following those, and I guess those will lead us to where we need to go next. Yeah, still keep going this way. Down this street. There we go. Just keep going. It's taking us further and further away. There we go. Street corner here. Okay. Just gotta meet a guy to talk to him. No clues.
That's me. Yeah, some fella come by here every so often. Gives me a silver sixpence if I tell him everything about the folks in that house. Nothing unusual about him. Just a regular fella. I've seen him go into that building over there.
Over where? What building? Ah, this one. This office. Ah, location. All locations are unlocked now. Okay, so let's go investigate the last location and figure out who to charge. I'm thinking it was his partner in crime. Especially considering he was seemed to be confused and said he's actually dead. Well, I would think, maybe, I don't know. Somewhere in here. Clues somewhere in this office. I don't know where. I keep going up and I'm not finding anything. Maybe I have to go back down. Nope, here we are. Here we are. There is actually a chest in here too, so we'll go ahead and grab that. Alright. Now one of our clues is right here. Business cards. Several business cards for medical doctor. All are identical except each is printed with a different name. Okay. And what else? This is W arrive after the others as usual. It will deflect suspicion. Also make certain that we get a big flash this time. They must be convinced it's enough to kill me. T the Amazing. Okay. Well. Office client files. A set of files containing disorganized details regarding Thaddeus' clients. For example, wants Cat to tell her he should inherit. Janice's sister called her Sissy. The cat loved to play with Lady U's teaspoons. Wants you to tell her that her sister approves of the marriage. Knows account number needs his signature to access. Howard's father enjoyed grouse shooting. So this is all information. Yes. But who should I return to? And here's the last clue. She says the account number is A72 at Kentish Bank. Okay, so that is all of our clues. Let's go talk to our perpetrators of the crime. Well, some of the perpetrators of crime. At least one of them is. Okay, let's slowly work our way back to all of the locations. Some of them at least should have people we can still talk to get more information. I would hope. I could be wrong. But yes, back to Robert's house first, maybe? I don't know. Or maybe the Asquiths. There we go. Since they're right around the corner here, pretty much. Hey, I did not want to hop that fence, but whatever. We'll hop that one too. And this one. And hopefully we can get out of here. Okay, there we go. We're out. Robert's house is, I don't know, fairly close by. Asquith's house is as well, but there's nobody to actually talk to there. I think it may be the only people we have to talk to are the ones still at the failed seance at the murder scene, the crime scene. Yeah, because the only person at Ursula's house is not talkable. Well, I mean, we can talk to them if we want, but there's just no point. We're not going to get any new information about them. So I'm thinking just the psychic's house. Let's go around this way. Shouldn't be too far away now, hopefully. I could be wrong. We've been at this almost half an hour. Come on, game. If only we could run a little bit faster. Well, I mean, we could take a carriage, but it's right across the street here. There's really no point. Only shave off, what, 5 seconds, not even, of the time it takes to get there? There's like 4 different people to talk to now. Are we going to tell them what's been going on? Or what? I don't know.
You believe that Everett paid Thaddeus to manipulate me? It cannot be true. Thaddeus knew all of my comings and goings. He genuinely could communicate with the world beyond.
No. No, he couldn't. And what about you?
I simply do not believe it. And if you're implying that my butler was paying Thaddeus, I must ask you, why would a great psychic do the bidding of a common butler?
Because he's not a great psychic.
My own sister, paying Thaddeus off? I thought he was a bit too insistent that I sign that paper. Well, Anne is going to get a good talking to, believe you me.
Okay. And the, yeah.
Good Lord, you found the office? I admit it then. Thaddeus and I traveled the world, bamboozling the gullible and then exposing the swindle. But his death was meant to be a fake. I have no reason to want Thaddeus dead. Quite the contrary.
Nope. Alright, there's one more person to talk to over here.
You think someone paid Thaddeus to tell my lady that a cat wanted them to inherit? Well, that would be quite a clever scheme indeed.
Yes, it would, and I think you are the one who killed him.
Reveal my plot. He paid the price for betraying a fellow crook.
Uh-huh. I knew it. I knew it was Douglas. Well,
Thaddeus
sort of.
was rather too clever by half, but you pieced it all together very cleverly. Mr. Raymond was particularly interested in this one. He admired the duplicity of Thaddeus.
Then why didn't he show up for it himself? Why was I given this one by Dickens? Anyways, conjuring up murder. Spiritualist Thaddeus Smith routinely swindled not just his clients, but his clients' friends and families. In city after city, Thaddeus and his confederate Dr. Wilburn lured in those desperate to speak to the departed in the afterworld. But the swindlers were doubly paid, first by their clients, then by those close to them who wished to manipulate them. In such a fashion, Miss Anne Roberts hoped to gain legal authority for her brother in order to remove the funds from a secret bank account. Mr. Everett Boyd wished to ensure that his marriage to Janice Asquith would take place in order to gain a lucrative settlement, and Lady Ursula's butler, Douglas, wished to have her dead cat counsel her to leave her fortune to Douglas himself. But none of these accounted for Thaddeus' odd quirk of enjoying giving a good lesson to his fellow swindlers once he'd emptied the coffers of his clients. Thaddeus then habitually exposed those manipulators before escaping by feigning his own death. This was corroborated by the supposed Dr. Wilburn, purporting to be simply one more client, but on this occasion Anne realized the coming exposure and enticed the butler Douglas, the only swindler present at the crime scene, to murder Thaddeus in the dark. Farewell, Thaddeus, you may now speak to those in the afterworld at your leisure. And that leaves just the last and final dreadful crime. Okay, where is it? I don't know, but we're going to find out. It is to the north here. I will fast travel there, but I want this Secret of London and that pressed flower first.